We are live. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
That's awesome. As always, we got Super Dave in the house already, dropping the links over there. Any of you guys need to get in contact with us, want to schedule a trip, want to get in contact with Steve for some baits, some awesome baits, best baits on the market, hand ties and or plastics. He got you
Yeah,
covered. Also, any fishing electronics, troll motors, live scope, you name it,
yeah,
he has it, and we'll work with you.
yeah. Exactly.
Been fishing this week?
No, I didn't fish this week. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I already made up my mind.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, I've been out, and my Lake Houston is all trashed out. So, I've been going to Conroe. Patrick Kenny, what's going on, my man?
Hey, Patrick.
So I'm gonna show some scans today of some stuff that I've been fishing in Lake Houston. It's nowhere near as good as as it used to be. It used to be a really good spot to go and catch some good crappie. But as of right now, man, the catfish is just absolutely taking over this thing, and I see that a lot. I have a good pile to where I mean, you just get on some really good crappie, and all of a sudden you go there and you got live scope now. So you can see that the catfish is, just taking it over.
Yeah.
And that's why another reason why I think that the smaller structure on Lake Houston do so well, because the big structure, the catfish rule it.
Right.
And even some of the smaller stuff, if you go up to it and look down there near the bottom, sometimes they'll be laying up on top of it, them big old catfish. And but sometimes they'll be up under the bottom of it, even on some of the smaller stuff. And it can be tough. Them big old things will will eat a jig also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a client that man, I'm telling you, this catfish had to, big old flathead, had to been about 40 pounds. He just rescheduled another trip. Well, we got to the top of the water and he got off.
Oh man.
He was like, I don't want that big old nasty thing anyway. I don't care about losing it. But he just rescheduled another trip with me. This was, I don't know, last year, about the middle of
Yeah.
last year, that he caught that big old fish out there. JR's in the house. What's going on, my man? Fred, see it,
Hey,
Mark,
Sid. Oh yeah, a bunch of guys. Mark.
yep, Murdoch's in the house. Miss Bertha,
Miss Bertha, how's it going? How's Poverty Point, the bite over there?
she's over there wearing them out. What's going on, Jeff? Super Dave,
Super Dave, what's up?
Slab B's in the house. So I'm gonna see if I can't get this darn gonna scan to work again. Uh, it's not working like it usually does, but we gonna just gonna give a little piece of it. Show y'all what we got coming. See if I can get this thing going. That's up on the Lake Houston right there, and I'm gonna try to pause it when I can to show you, point out some of the big old catfish that's on this thing. And this is well into it. I'm gonna start it back over. And it's just crazy how big this thing is. If you guys look right, I don't know if, can you see that pointer?
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
So if you can see right there, that's a big old catfish sitting on top of that thing
Yeah.
right there. See if I can. I doubt if I can move it slow enough. And I will tell you, the wind was blowing pretty good. So I'm gonna see if I can freeze it when you can see it really good. But you can see his head and you can see his tail right there. But there's so many more. Now I only got my depth set at 15 feet, but I'm over like 30, 28 to 30 foot of water on over this thing. So you're only seeing the very top of it. You see I'm adjusting the depth right there, made it a little bit deeper. And this is a massive piece of structure that's out there. And man, it is so many people. So I posted a bunch of pictures of this thing when side imaging first came out. And they were like, "Man, there ain't no way this up under Lake Houston," but it is in Lake Houston. It's
Man.
one of the absolute biggest pieces of structure. You see, I went a little bit deeper. I'm at 25 foot right there now. So, but I'm not gonna. Man, this thing is 10 minutes long, so I'm gonna just pulse through it, just show you little tidbits of it, and you come up on like all of this stuff right here. This is a big old catfish right here. I'm not, can everybody see that pointer? I don't know if they can see that. You probably can see it, Steve. I'm not sure if they can see it.
Move the pointer around.
I may have to. Let me
No, I
see.
think while it's playing, you can see it, but when you pause it,
Oh, okay.
yeah, play it and let me see if I can see it. I think.
Oh, don't want to play no more. Maybe I need to hit play. Oh, I had to hit play down there.
Now move
That's
your
cool.
mouth.
Can you see it?
No, I don't see it now.
Yeah, you can't see it. Look at all them big old catfish right there.
Can you see mine? No, the mouse. No.
Now.
Yeah,
You can see them now. Look, see the
yeah,
catfish right there.
yeah. Get a nice piece of shad.
Yep. I might do that. Just go out there and have a little fun, make a
Yeah.
little video. It'd be a fun pull. Now I'm gonna tell you, I've I've hooked into a bunch of them big old things, but it's just on a crappie rod, crappie setup. So they run into that structure and get you snagged up.
I see chasing crappie videos, and I've never seen a chasing catfish one.
That's awesome, Jr. That's what's up. Hey man, they still gotta eat. You know, they still have to eat. Al Booster, what's going on, my man?
What's up, Al Booster?
I wish I could get my pointer to work on this thing. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do it because I know a lot of people. Even when I got clients on the boat, some of the clients they're like, Where do you see the fish at? It's right there."
All right.
But they it's tough to get them to see it.
Yeah.
And then once the fish move, they're like, "Oh, there it is, right there. I see it now."
Yeah. When it's single fish, people see it better.
Yep.
And it's wild how different angles show different stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just
why I
like the
tell people.
steps.
Yep.
Just like the steps. I don't know why I can't. I don't know why I can't. Oh, maybe I can do it now. I should be able. Yeah, I can control it now. I want to get
So
to the
I see a
steps.
mouse pointer now.
You can see it.
Yeah, now I
Okay.
see it.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
look at the big catfish right here.
Yep.
Catfish there. Catfish. I'm gonna play it a little bit more because I think I got a better shot. Look at all them catfish. Catfish right there. I mean, they making the scan look bad. All of these are catfish right here.
Yep.
I'm not sure if everybody can see that. Somebody comment, give me a comment over there and let me know if you can see that pointer that when I had it on the screen right now. Make sure I don't have any questions over here in the comments.
Yeah, I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, I don't have it on there right now. Oh, okay. Mark say he see it. Okay.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Cool. That's cool. But all of those are big old catfish right there.
It even tells you what unit you got. 1243 XSV.
Yep,
I think that's the file name.
it is. Yep. Look at a
Where's
big
the
old
waypoint?
catfish right there.
There's a
Huh?
waypoint thing.
No, it ain't gonna show no waypoints. That's one of the first things I did with my side imaging unit and with this unit was I turned that off. Whereas
Yeah.
I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
If I don't need to see it, don't nobody else need to see it.
I remember I bought a graph years ago, and
Yeah.
on the Lorantas, you could go delete waypoints, and everyone thought it was
Uh-huh.
gone. But after you delete it, you got to delete it out of history. Otherwise, it's still there. And
Right.
people didn't know that. I got thousands of
Yep.
waypoints.
Yep. Look at
Oh,
this
you have
big old.
to purge it. If you didn't purge it, it wasn't gone.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that big old thing.
Oh yeah. Did you
There's
fish
gonna
any
be a
of it?
nah. I didn't see. There was one section that I thought maybe was crappie, but
Yeah,
it's like I say, it was too windy.
yeah,
Look at all these cats right here. I mean, this thing is just look at the steps right there. That's
yeah,
one thing that's super cool
yeah,
is you can see the steps
yeah.
and they still
What do you
there.
think the entire thing was? And people added to it, or
No, it was a
marina?
no, it was a pumping station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's just not. There's just not a lot of info on it. Check out the steps right there.
Yeah,
So right here is where I'm thinking we're maybe crappie. You can just barely glance at it.
right.
Let me see if it's gonna show here in a minute. I think. But I got a scan of the steps back when I had side imaging. There was one little stick up that I thought had a crappie on it. But that's pretty cool seeing the steps right there. And I can see the steps on my side imaging too. Look at that big old catfish. Big old
Oh,
catfish. I mean, it's just this thing is just covered up in big catfish. And for the size of this thing, man, there's just not a lot of people that know about it.
yeah,
Back when 2014 when we had that major drought, there were people that was hitting this thing because it was right at out of the water. There's one section of it, even right now on this scan, that comes up barely 8 foot under the surface. Look at that big old catfish, big old
yeah,
thing right there. There's a school of them that's going to be coming up, I think. You can see a split tail. That's how I can tell it's a
yeah,
catfish. At the right angle, you can see that it's
yeah,
splitting their tail. And Livescope is amazing. That's a big fish. That's just amazing to have all of that stuff up
yeah.
under the lake over there. Amazing. Man, I tell you what, man, these crappie, I tell people all the time, I stay humble. They keep me humble. Now, I went out on Conroe yesterday, did a little recon trip, and
Right,
I found a crappie. I didn't need any fish. I hit 10 of them. I said, well, I'll keep 10, and that'll be a nice little couple meals for my family, and I can get some good pics and show people that the crappie are biting over there on
right.
Conroe. And get back out there today, man, and even the bluegill didn't want to bite.
Man,
We had to force feed the bluegill, and the wind it was really light out of the north when I first got there this morning, and then it picked up really good out of the north, and then it switched south for a while, and then it went back north, and it's just all over the place. So that's 10 minutes of recording on this
you
thing,
went to
y'all.
Conroe
And
today?
yeah, I had a trip on Conroe. I had a trip on Conroe.
Oh, okay.
Yep, had a trip on Conroe. But yesterday it was just awesome. Man, yesterday was so relaxing. I went out there. I probably found 30 beds. None of them were giant,
Uh-huh.
uh, but I found a bunch of beds, and they were active. And
Oh, okay.
the fish were aggressive. You cast out there, and as soon as that cork stand up, bam, it's gone under. So I hit. I kept quite a few bluegill. I don't have any in the freezer, and they freeze well. They eat well,
Yeah.
and Slab B say great kitty hole. Yep. Patrick said, let's go catch them.
Mhm. I wonder. Okay, I
Kusi.
have one of them 4-gallon Cajun fryers.
Uh-huh.
I've fried whole bluegill in like a cast iron pan. You can do them in them big old fryers, right? And just dip it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deep
I've never
fry?
done it. Yeah, in the
Yeah,
big
just deep fry.
the French fry big old tray things.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a
Put them
fry
in there.
daddy.
Yeah, yeah. I got a big
Yep.
4-gallon one. I
Yeah.
never fried no bluegill in it yet. I'm gonna do that. I always do
Okay. Have
fillets.
you have you did any hole yet?
Yeah, I do them in a cast iron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think I flip it.
JC say we need to leave those snot sharks alone.
Uh,
You say, yeah, I can see it, but I don't want to. But the story behind that big piece of structure, from what I can find, is that yes, it was a pumping station, and from what I read, it pumped water from the San Jacinto River. This was before the lake was dammed. It pumped water from the San Jacinto River over to Sheldon Reservoir. Sheldon Reservoir supplied Houston with water, and also, but the main reason why they were doing it was there was some companies that they were pumping water out of Sheldon to those companies that were making war weapons. This back in the 1940s. So I'm guessing World War II they were making, and that's all that they say. They were making war weapons. Don't say what kind or any of that. So that was the main reason. Then today I got some info that this guy's grandfather worked there,
oh,
and
wow.
he said that there was some stuff still at that pumping station that they wanted to get, but there was a some real heavy rain that had flooded that area because they had built the dam. This was in '54,
Right.
but this is just him, just hearsay right here. And it's
Hmm.
just hearsay even on that article, it's not hard evidence. I mean, there ain't no pictures. One guy say he's seen a picture of it on Google Earth. Went back and seen a picture of it on Google Earth, but I'm gonna tell you, I did that, and
Hmm.
it's so hard to tell where the lake is without the lake being there is unreal.
Right.
Yep. Slabby says, "Yep. Imagine another 50 years. What kind of images they will have is only going to get better.
Yep.
Technology is something else."
Yeah, I got a feeling Garmin's real soon. They're coming out with their the next live
Yeah,
image.
yeah. They're gonna do 360 live. I'm willing to bet.
Something. I want to see it where you can actually adjust the on the fly. You can adjust angles, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah. You mean like the cone angle?
yeah, just the you can fine tune it.
Yeah. That's what's up. Catfish and Crappie, what's going on, my man? No Slack Outdoor says, can someone please tell me why my unit started beeping, followed by going black after 3 hours of first time use? I have a 30 amp lithium battery. I checked my voltage with the multimeter. So was your bottom going up and down? No Slack? I'm willing to bet this was what was happening. That AHRS probably kicked in. And
Yeah,
that's one thing that if you don't calibrate your unit, uh, you will have to deal with it. And I don't like doing that manual angle adjustment. I don't want that because when when I'm really working my troll motor, that bottom it fluctuates
right,
with the A horse off. So I want the A horse on. And usually, even if it do flip flop from not being calibrated, you usually can toggle that, go in there and toggle that A horse from on to off, give it a few seconds, and then turn it back on, and then it'll pick back up.
right. Yeah, I never
But
messed with it before.
So you've never calibrated your unit?
No, no,
Huh. And you've never had that bottom
no.
teeter tot?
The only time at tea time when I broke a transducer mount, and I was like, "What
Okay.
the hell?" And actually, the mount broke, and that's what it was making it. The waves were moving it.
Yeah. What's going on, Slick? Thank you for joining
Well,
us, man.
what's up, man?
But yeah, man, now old Lake Houston, man, I've been getting some pictures, man. It's just it's sad looking over there, man. Water up to the top of the bulkheads and
Man,
chocolate milk, and they still dumping a bunch of water out of it though. They still dumping a bunch of water. T Wheel, what's going on, my man?
so did you have
But
a bluegill trip today or crappie?
both,
Oh, okay, cool.
both, yeah. But I'm gonna tell you that the crappie were, they were really, on a something different. I don't know. We could get them to look at the jig, and I'm talking about. I changed several colors, several different sizes, gave it different action, all kind of stuff. Fish different depth. We was leaving fish to go find a different depth, thinking that they would be more active.
Man,
We find one fish that'll bite, the rest of them sit there and look at it,
hmm.
turn away from it. I don't know what was happening, but we still got him a good sack of really nice bluegill, fillet size bluegill. So he still
Yeah,
took some good meat home. Battery is new, unit is new, and battery was charged. No blown fuse or low voltage, but my unit stays black.
huh?
So did let me you may have turned the back screen off.
Yeah,
If you darken that back screen, you won't see anything.
backlight.
Yep, the backlight.
I do that on my Lowrance all the time, and I'm like, "Wow, how's
Yeah,
it doing that?"
yeah,
Sometimes I can just barely see that screen too. There's a color
yeah.
there's a button combination that it'll automatically brighten it, and I can't remember what it is.
Usually you can just hit the power button and it'll have a slider for your backlight. I know it's the way Humminbird works. The way Gorman works too.
Oh, okay, yeah,
You
Lowrance is
just
different.
Yeah, you just click the power button and it gives you a few options up there, but that backlight is one of them.
Yeah, but sometimes it's so dark you can't even see any of them options.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's
Yeah,
a way
you
you can,
so if
yeah,
I leave my if I leave my 1199 on, what I'll do is I'll turn my sonar off. So I click the power button, turn my sonar off, then I go down one, and the next option is the backlight. And I'll click it all the way to the left to where it's just black.
no, okay,
And then when I get ready to fire up, instead of me having to power my unit back on and wait on it to fire up, all I gotta do is hit that slider button and brighten the screen up, click up one, turn my sonar on, I'm good to go.
oh, don't have the standby.
No, not the 11. That's one thing that I hate about that unit
Yeah,
is it do not have standby. That's the one thing I don't like about it, but it still draws some good pictures. I did some scanning on Conroe today and found some good stuff. Steven says he didn't catch any yesterday, but I know they were down there because I could hear them being quiet. He said he could hear them being quiet. That's funny. Slappy says I thought when they was coming out with the LVS 34 it was going to be a wider cone angle. I don't want a wider one because the wider the cone, the more guesswork you have to do on guessing whether that jig is on the fish. Because sometimes I don't know about nobody else, but man, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm having to hit these fish to wake them up and get
yeah,
the jig right on their forehead and no motion. Actually, I got let me get back to I got another little video. Let me get over there and let's see if I can find it. And you'll see that I had to actually touch this fish. I think this is it here. Let me share this screen again. I got to get faster at doing this. But you can see that I had to put that jig down there and actually touch that fish. think this is it here. I think. Yeah, I'm running my unit pretty hot over here, y'all. Y'all see I'm at 66 on my gain, but that's because there's thermocline. So here's the fish right here. Can you see that courser?
Yeah, I can see
There's
it.
my jig coming down, and watch what I don't think this is it. This may not be the one. Look at how close I'm having to get that jig to that fish. That's not the one though. That's not the video I was looking for. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Think this may be it here. This may be it here. But if you get a wider cone, that guesswork pop. Yeah, it only grows. I think this is the one where I had to touch him. Look at there. Look how close that jig is without any reaction. Okay, now you see I'm putting that jig down. Now watch. It's right in his face. You're gonna see that jig. I'm gonna see right there. I'm touching it. Right there. Now he says something's
Yep.
right there. And that's something that I don't see nobody having to do on no other lake. That's crazy. Let me get back here. I'm gonna show it one more time. Look how close that jig is there, and there's zero motion. Having to rub him on his back.
Yep.
That's just crazy. And the thermocline is crazy bad down here now. I'm talking about crazy bad. That's why I'm having to run my I had to make some changes to clear my unit up. But yes, Slap B, I don't want a wider one. Richard says, did y'all know that you can put your fish in the old style wire basket you catch and pull it tied off to your boat and it will scale them? No, I didn't know that. Oh, so you leave the basket in the water and then just pull it. Huh.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I've never heard nobody doing that. Super Dave said he would check the wires and connection really
Yeah.
good again. Do y'all calibrate your unit every time you go? No. Once you calibrate it, it's a done deal. You do not have to continuously calibrate it. Yeah, I only had since I got that new black box, I hadn't calibrated it,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to, just so I don't have to deal with that again, that a horse. But it's you know that they're telling me that you can do a real tight circle, but there's you have to match speed and time with that calibration. And that very first time I did it, I'm gonna tell you, I spent probably pretty close to 3 hours going in a circle because each time it don't calibrate, you have to restart it and then do the circle again and restart it and do this. Not restart the unit, but restart the process.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I had LBG on the boat with me one day. I was, man, come on, you got to help me, reset this thing while I'm staying on the helm. He was like, man, this thing ain't gonna work. He got tired of it. We just out there going in a circle.
I know the Garmin trolling motor. It'll actually tell you the speed if you're going too fast, and if you have to go tight a circle or not.
Yeah, that's the way. Okay, excuse me. That's the way the Minn Kota is too. Minn
Yeah.
Kota, man, it's pretty easy with the Minn Kota. Yep. JR says if you go to Google Earth, change view to 1944, and you can see the pump station in curve of river. Yep.
Dang,
Big
goes
holes
that
in the
far.
house. Yeah,
Man, okay. I didn't know it went back to
I didn't.
what
I
did it say?
didn't think it did.
1944?
Yeah.
That was the year my mom was born. I'm gonna have to play that in the
Slack.
lottery tomorrow.
Oh, says no, sir. Bottom wasn't jumping that I can remember. My screen just went black. I have the transducer on barrel. I also attempted to calibrate first thing and it failed due to magnetic field. Yep. Yeah, when you do it, when it's on your troll motor, you have to disconnect your batteries. Deploy your troll motor, disconnect your batteries, and then use your big motor to do the circle. So how do you have your transducer? What kind of troll motor you got? Let me know what kind of troll motor you got and how you routed your transducer wires.
Okay, hit the power button twice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew it was some combination.
Gorman said the same thing about the screen brightness, but nope, just tried in garage. The screen lights up when turn it on, but only barely. No Gorman logo. Wow.
Just turn on with the
Uh,
power. Oh, he might have a cradle. I don't know
what
what.
unit? What unit you running? I think he got the 106. So he do. Man, you know what? Um, I'd almost say to do a voltage meter where the power enters the unit.
You have to plug
Yep.
the power cable.
Yeah. What unit you running? Crappie Crane says past weekend was the first crazy day of pontoons, wakeboards, and water nets in Georgia that made the lake rough to fish. Rough enough,
Yeah.
the fish were spooky and skittish. I'm with you too, man. I much prefer wintertime just for that reason. I tell you what, Conroe's no joke. I mean that lake has been so busy past couple days, man. You could swear that it's a weekend. Slabby say run his on 70%
Yeah.
gain. Backlight. Mr. Unlike You, what color was your black box blinking? If green solid, check to see if you accidentally turned off sonar transmit. Yeah, but he wouldn't get a black screen, I don't think. That's something that's got me puzzled right there. I don't know. If it's not that backlight, I don't know. What's up, Chuck? Murdoch says, did anybody get an email from Denali to update your account? The website is different and they have added a lot more products. Yep, everybody received it. Everybody that's bought from them. Yeah, I've been playing around on a new website for a while. Slabby says it's the way here, SK. Big fish will either turn up their nose or won't even act like they see it. Be hitting them on on purpose. Yep. Chuck says did 50 squares of shingles today. You should have been there, Super Day. Yeah. Roof and floors are some tough. That's tough work. That is some tough work. Torque, what's going on, man? Murdoch says I got a pull type fish scaler. You pull it
Murder.
behind your boat
Yeah.
about 100 yards. Fish are scaled when you get through. Huh? Holds about 50 bluegill. It's been that way for me
Hmm.
about 2 weeks. Big fish acting finicky. I've tried everything I know to do. A few would would finally bite if you stay on them. Yep, you gotta. Now, I'm gonna tell you. One thing that I was
Hmm.
not able to do today was dead stick that bait on those fish. Conroe with that wind was just entirely too rough. It was way too many boats out there. There were boat wakes hit, and the whole lake is bulkheaded. So you got the wake from the boat that's gonna hit
Yeah.
you. It goes to the bulkhead and then bounce off the bulkhead and come and hit you again. Thank you. KLC say he just joined and first thing he did was hit that thumbs up. Really do appreciate it. What's going on fishing by the
Cool.
numbers? Richard, my friend did that with me in his boat and it scaled the fish and I was shocked. Huh. Basic 45-pound thrust and I have a 106. Okay. Um Man, that's the only thing I can think of is that backlight that would cause that, or it not getting enough power. If I were you, this is what I would do. I would disconnect all the cables off that cradle. Make sure you don't have any. I know you're saying that the unit is brand new, but it don't take long for corrosion to build up. Make sure you don't have any corrosion nowhere. Make sure you're plugging it in to where the prones are lined up and you're getting the connections back tight. And when you snap that unit on there, make sure it's good and tight. And another question I got is when you do hit the power button and you saying it lights up, what mean you saying that it don't show the Gorman logo. What are you seeing when you say it lights up? Is it just a bright screen and then it goes dark? So I checked the power cable, cradle, and battery with multimeter. Everything set had 13 volts. I also checked fuse. Black box was blinking green.
Yeah, I never messed with the cradle. What
I
unit
love
did
it.
he have? 106.
106. Man, that thing is a dream to take a unit on, especially if you got to take a unit off and on your boat. It's a dream.
Mhm. I see people
Slabby says,
losing their units on them things.
"Yeah, I've heard of a couple people. Some guy was that drill a hole through that little
Yeah, with
clamp
water.
back there. Yeah, put a
Yeah,
put a
put a
paper
pin.
clip in
Yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah, man, it's been tough with the weekend type crowds. Black Smoke Matter says roofing is like fighting for younger people.
Yep.
Oh man, that's funny. Slap B says, yeah, it's hard to dead stick when you feel like you're on the ocean. That's right. Screen would be black if sonar transmit is off. No. You'll still have your top and bottom. Not the bottom of the but you'll see the controls for it, in other words. Yeah, so I like summer fishing. It used to be during the week, man. It was great, but man, now it's like a week a weekend every day. First time I saw one of those scalers at Reelfoot 50 years ago. Romero says, "What's up, guys? I enjoy the videos and hints, tips. Steve, we need to go fishing." Mr. Unlike You says, "Do you find catching crappie on bottom to be the hardest to catch? When drop shotting doesn't work, what do you do?" Um, Move. I move a lot, and today I feel like I failed, but at the same time, I talked to a few people at the ramp, and they didn't catch anything. And we caught a bunch of bluegill, big bluegill, fillet size bluegill. We only had 4 crappie, but that's all we could get. We seen a bunch. We just only could get 4 to bite. That's all we could get to bite. But there gonna be days like that. It wasn't a skunk, but it was right at it. Right at it. No Slack says it lights up barely, not fully white, but barely turns from midnight dark to just dark. So if you go in your garage right now, power that unit up, and then just hit the power button. Don't hold it. Just push it, and tell me what you get. Turn your unit on, let it power up, and then just click your power button. That for sure sounds like backlight to me. Yeah, Chuck, I agree. After it loads, might be too dark. Hit on button and adjust backlight. Yep, that's what I was telling them a while ago. Gerald says, "Good live, SK. Steve and Super Dave cutting out since I'm going fishing tomorrow." Good. All right. Well, good luck in the morning. I doubt if I'll be out there, but they got to eat. You know, regardless of the conditions, they have to eat. Murdoch says you should always be able to see the screen during startup. I'm not no expert, but that sounds like a bad connection or something. That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's not getting the logo or anything, and it could be just something wrong with the unit. I mean, you just never know. Kids getting out of school, so it's about to get crazy on Conroe and Houston. That's right. Coming soon. Slappy said he'll get off his rant about the summertime. Hey, it's only just starting. It's only just starting. See, it says, Steve, you either quit breathing or you're locked up. Huh? Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about
I'm
your
better
screen.
now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
The
messing up.
screen stays black no matter what.
Huh.
Yeah, that's yeah, you say he's gonna try that. Yeah. See if your options there should be some options pop up. Backlight is one of them. What else is there? Think sonar on off. There's a few options that's there when you hit that power button. I don't remember
Hmm.
all of them. Black Smoke Matter says grab a 12 pack of beer and go watch a boat ramp on a big weekend is comedy, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Romero says, do you have any advice on colors to use on underwater green lights? What color's the water? Would be
I
my
try
would
solid
be my
chartreuse.
question.
At night, solid chartreuse works pretty good.
You say it hurts too much.
Yeah. But I know the first bait I'm gonna try tomorrow is that black magic. Oh man, that thing's been on fire.
Yep. You going fishing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak out for a little while. Yeah, one guy, uh, he just started doing upholstery, so he made me a custom butt seat for the front with like a lot
Uh-huh.
of cushion in it. So he told me to pick it up. I'm gonna test it out tomorrow. So I like the
Okay.
real small ones. Yeah, he custom made me one. So we'll see
That's what's up.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Any of you guys that's on Facebook, man, y'all be sure to go and check out the crappie page we got over there. Houston area crappie fishing. Even though it says Houston area, if you live in the United States, you're in the Houston area. Or if you live where you got crappie, you're in the Houston area. I'll say it like that. Man, a comfortable seat while you're fishing means the world.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't talk about that cooler that I got up front much. It's that cushion has been whooped on. You know, people sit on it and slide forward, slide back, slide forward, and the buttons are all broke off of it. So I put some little plastic snaps on it to where it holds it in. And when people slide it, the snaps just pop off.
Mm.
But that thing is still very comfortable. I don't know what kind of cushion they got in it, but it works really well. Says if he's using lithium battery, not sure what that is. May have went to sleep. Okay, may went to sleep on the battery. No, he say he still got 13
Yeah.
volts.
How do you measure on that cradle? You just measure the pins, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Back in the day they did have an issue with that
Mhm.
where the cradle was messed up. But I hadn't heard nobody having that problem in a while.
Right.
That's right, Slab B. Ooh, man. Y'all, I'm beat up. I am beat up. I was on the lake a good while today. That sun drains you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were saying. May have to jump light, but he's saying he got 13 volts, so I don't think that's the issue. Daytime, nighttime, and auto. There you go. That's what else is there. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you fishing Eagle Mountain. Okay. Uh yeah, chartreuse would be good. I mean, if it's shad, I'm quite sure it's shad that they're after. I would even try black. I would try black. You just want to get something that they can see.
Yeah.
Roman J, what's going on, man? Black Smoke Matter says, what's COVID? Folks, it's been boating since 2020. That's right. Catfish and Crappie says Millennium Seats is the best I ever sat in. I wish I fished for Flathead 12 hours. 12, yeah, 12 hours at a crack. And my back feels great. That's what's up. They're okay, but that foam, it's special. Sometimes voltage reader's not accurate on lithiums. Yeah, I'm like Bluegill over here today. Dollar Bill's in the house. What's going on, my man? Jerry
What's up,
Davis, what's
Dollar
going on, brother?
3D? What's up, man?
Roadhog, what's happening, my man?
Road Hog, what's up?
Hey, man, give me a call. First, well, not right now, but the first chance you get next couple days, if you don't mind. Black chartreuse hair jig with brown head, huh? It'll probably work.
Oh, in that murky water.
Yeah, yeah, Slab B. It's been a long day for me. Those crappie spanked me today. I ain't scared to say it. They spanked me today. Black Smoke Matter says I don't use lithium batteries, and I can get use out of it all day long, and then some. Yeah, I agree. Be hugging that pillow. That's right. But guys, I'm gonna tell you, just about everybody is in postpone right now, and what I'm saying is, I know for sure on Lake Houston, there's still some fish shallow, but that's what make postpone really tough is because the fish are all separate and they're all doing something different. So, but on another note, that regardless of where you fish, you got a good chance of catching fish. Uh, but usually the numbers are low, and if you want to m- get a good sack, you're gonna have to do a lot of moving and be open to change depth. Uh, I On Houston 8 to 12 has been fairly strong. Yesterday on Conroe 18 to 20 was really strong, and I get out there today And early they're usually going to be shallower. Whether it's on in the deeper water, they're going to be on some tall structure to where they're or it could be possibly suspended. But this morning I got out there and I'm searching, scanning, scanning, scanning. I ended up in 12 foot of water before I found some fish. From 18 to 20, just yesterday, they were in 12 foot of water in good numbers. But you catch one, it'd be 50 fish there. You catch one, maybe two, and the rest of the fish were like, "Yeah, no, we don't want that. We seen what happened." And the water clarity on Conroe is unbelievable, unbelievable. And these fish were reacting to the bait. Some of them 5, 6 feet away. So it's a different world between Houston and Conroe. But I enjoy the challenge. Uh, but if I get back out there, I'm gonna be after them bluegill. Them bluegill so much fun, man. It's unreal. They're a lot of fun. Chuck says I can stand all day with Palmo seat. What's a Palmo seat?
I
I think
don't know.
that's how you spell it.
Palmo.
I never heard of it. Murdoch say use a butt seat and sometimes a millennium. I find a fish better out of the butt seat. That millennium makes me want to take a nap.
I just like a leaner, a good leaner. That's what I want.
Yeah, I like sitting down.
Yeah.
Even if me and you was we worked that that little seat you got up there
Oh yeah.
back and forth the day we fished.
Yeah.
You wanted it to where you could just lean it. I wanted to where I
Yeah.
could sit on. It's just different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Murdoch says last I went, only small males left shallow. Bigger fish. That's something that's been tripping me out, especially on Houston. Is usually the bigger females go first. But what I'm seeing is I'm still catching some big females that still I'm talking about full of eggs. So I don't know if there's going to be a strong weather event coming. It was about too late now. I mean, all the eggs are probably hatched by now. But animals are a lot smarter than we are when it comes to weather or nature. And I'm not for sure why some of those bigger females are holding their eggs so long. Another 2 weeks, they will be locked on to true summer pattern and biting better. Yep, it's coming soon. It's only gonna get better. Slapbuster says it's different this year. May is usually one of my best months, catching a lot of big fish, but not so far. It hasn't been that this time of year. I think it's just a little bit behind. To tell you the truth, it's like I'm saying, man. The bigger females, I'm thinking that they're still trying to get to that bank. I'm still catching some that's I'm talking about to burst with eggs. Murdoch says he's in bluegill mode too. Next 3 or 4 weeks, that's what I'll be doing. Yep, I agree.
That's what I need to get after some big bluegill.
Yep. CMB, what's going on, my man?
Need one of them 3 pound bluegill. Oh man.
Yep, already.
Yep. I wonder if them copper nose get that big. Probably not.
Yeah, I think I hear of 2 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of a 3 pound. Slabby says that's what I've been using for 4 years, the Millennial Seeks.
Okay.
What state are you in? Black Smoke? Fish by the Number says I went bluegill fishing this past weekend, used Livescope and found them on brush piles in 10 to 16 feet. Vertical jigged them, and it was a blast. I'll
Oh,
tell you what, man. If you go to Conroe, you got to fight to find a brush pile that's not plumb stacked with bluegill. I mean, everybody in Houston needs to go to Conroe and catch them a cooler full of bluegill. That lake is plumb stacked with bluegill.
hmm.
Every brush. I'm talking about. I don't care if you're in 12 foot of water. I don't care if you're in 40 foot of water. It's gonna have bluegill on it. What's going on, Payne?
Hey, Payne. Do you have to weed through them, or they're mostly nice size?
The what I've seen, the ones that's on the piles are smaller. The
Yeah.
ones that's on the beds are the fillets.
What's probably the
Yeah,
biggest one you got, weight wise?
I, I'm for sure over a pound,
Yeah.
but I didn't weigh any of them. There was some really good fish, really good fish. Some will hold eggs till spring next year. Weather's messed up. Yes, sir. George Baker, what's going on, my man? Are you
George.
in Missouri?
Okay, Missouri.
Yeah,
Probably fishes Truman.
yeah. That's what's up, Slab B. Okay, so you're on Conroe. Yeah, that thing there is crazy stupid full of bluegill. But I'm gonna tell you, uh, put that put that live scope away, turn your side imaging on, and find some of them beds, man. You'll get some of the bigger ones. That's where I've been finding the bigger ones.
Um, uh, what you call it when you flip the transducer sideways?
Uh, Perspective.
Yeah, that's what I want to try.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, yep. Tim says, "Be careful what you wish for." Man, I'm gonna tell you, there's a billion, probably 5 billion
Man,
bluegill in Conroe. I don't care north, south, mid lake. I don't care where you go. Any brush pile you pull up, you better believe there's gonna be a gang of bluegill on it.
man.
And it's been that way for the past 2.5 years.
Oh man.
Catching 2.5 to 3 pound red
Yeah.
ear or bluegill, I would believe
Yeah.
to be fun. You better believe it. So I'm not for sure how many people we got here that fish Lake Conroe, but kind of Fred kind of might. He's a guy that's on Conroe. He posted on the Facebook page. He posted up about some uh leeches that
Oh
were
yeah.
inside the crappie's mouths. Any of you guys that's on Facebook, be sure to go and check just even if you follow me, SK on Facebook. I put up a little video. I'll probably make a post by itself because I only put it in the comments, man. But it's crazy that those leeches are in this, latch onto those crappie inside their mouths.
Did you see any today?
No, none today. I didn't see any today. Yep, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Anybody else see leeches on their crappie or in their crappie's mouth? You ever seen that, Steve?
No, I never seen it.
It was my very first time ever seeing it.
I'm gonna pay more attention.
Yeah. Oh, if you stick your thumb in there, there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. If they in there, you gonna notice it. You stick your thumb there to get that jig out of there. Okay, so Black Smoke Matter say he fished Mark Twain and Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
Do you hand ties SK or red? No. I use a a little micro jig. Sometimes I use Steve got some 1 inch baits that work well too,
Yeah.
but I use a hand tie today.
I was thinking of doing that in a black magic,
Yep,
little 1 inch
yep.
for bluegill.
Uh-huh. Red worms will work too, but if I don't have to get my fingernails dirty, I don't want to. That's why the bass are big. Yeah, you know what? I hooked into a big one yesterday, and my client today caught a big one
Mm.
on a little old bitty crappie jig.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's the link to the Facebook page right there. Super Dave just posted up. Appreciate you, Super Dave. Slabby says, I just I haven't just a lot of beat up fish. Looks like filling's been hurt pretty bad. Milton, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Milton.
Heading out in the morning. Get ready to fish you some high, muddy bunch of current water.
Is he down there with you?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, Milton's been on a couple no, one trip with me. He
Okay.
he actually won the first giveaway guided trip that I gave away.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yep.
All your giveaway guide trips, they're all spoken for, right? I
No,
think
I got
Garmin.
one
Okay, one more.
I got one more coming. Actually, I got another this guy, I think he's in California.
Hmm.
Man, I don't even remember his name. It's been that long. But he was supposed to be coming down and we was gonna do that trip, but that's a long ways to travel to come catch some crappie. California. Haven't seen any leeches. I haven't. I've pulled thousands of crappie out of Conroe, but I definitely start looking because and what I've noticed is it's most of the bigger fish uh that I caught that had them. There's some nasty looking things. I mean, once you see them, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna look down the throat of every last one of these jokers before I just go put my thumb in their mouth.
Are they like clinging onto the?
Yeah,
You try to
yeah,
pick it out or nothing? No.
yeah. That's what that was. That picture that I posted on Facebook. You can see them laying on my deck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took pic, but as soon as you pull them off, they dead. But I was using
Wow.
my forceps.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was killing them or just me pulling them off.
Hmm.
Yeah, they look nasty. That dude look nasty. Well, guys, I'm gonna see if I can share a little bit more of this footage. I know some people on now that weren't here when I was showing this earlier. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Murdoch. To your question, yeah, I can do that. Just hit me up.
Can you pour a 1 inch split tail? 1 inch split tail?
No, the stinger tail. He said, or stinger.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's black on top and gold on bottom.
Yep.
Huh. That's the one where I had to hit the fish. Let me open this other one up. Oh, let me show you something else that's cool. I think this is a boat, but again, the wind was blowing. This is on Lake Conroe right here. The wind was blowing crazy out there, and I couldn't get the right angle that I wanted. But it looks like a really big boat that's on Conroe. We'll speed it up a little bit. I couldn't get a good angle of it, but I think it's a boat, sunken boat.
Hmm.
And again, look at all the bluegill right there.
Yeah.
Look at all of those are bluegill. All of these are bluegill. Look at my jig right here. See my jig falling down right there. Look at them. Watch them gang up on my jig right here. Look at them all. Look at them all going for the jig of my split shot.
Man.
I mean, it's a ton of bluegill on Conroe. But you can see it right there, sort of right there. You can tell it's some type of boat. That look like the cockpit, maybe. I don't know. I think it's a boat. I'm gonna get some better scans of it. And again, you can see me. I don't know why I'm dropping down there. You can see my jig coming down right here. Watch how these fish gang up on it. But yeah, I was out of there pretty quick. Then it could be upside down. I don't know. I think it's a boat. See it right there, sort of like a cockpit.
Mhm.
But as you turn your transducer, it picks up different angles. Okay, let me see if I can get to the one that I want to get to. I'm still just amazed at how big that structure is for little old Lake Houston. Our little old Lake Houston. Yeah, it looks like a boat to me. I think that's what it is. I just didn't get the right angles. Like I say, the wind was pretty bad. Murdoch says I catch my bluegill with a bison colored trout magnet. Pretty much all I ever use, but they're not tough. They're not tough. I'll go through a while. A whole
Man.
50 pack. Wow. Yeah, you might want to hit Steve up and get some of the micros, man.
Yeah, I'll make the same color. How big are them trout magnets? What size? I don't know.
They're like inch and a quarter. They're
Oh,
pretty
okay.
small.
Yeah.
Now I don't want the ones off the brush piles. They were. I've caught some, and they're not the size I want.
Yeah. Usually
They're
when they
not the
spool
size.
like that, they're not that big.
Right. But man, there's some massive, massive blue catfish on this thing. It's just absolutely crazy how detailed that shows. I know the pixels. If you're looking at this thing on your TV, the pixels isn't that great on the helm recording. But if you look at it on a cell phone, you can really see how this thing shows in detail. And my next trip out, I want to get from one end of it and just stretch my unit out to where I can see the entire structure. But getting out there and finding a day with low wind has been really really tough. And I'm flashing through this just to get to some of the better looking stuff. Yep, I agree with you. I agree with you. Out of spawning beds, pretty much the only time I fish for them. Yep, and shell crackers is in the spawn. You know it, and I used to get on the shell cracker really good during the spawn, but man, I caught one yesterday, and they are few and far between right now down here. Black Smoke Matter says he's on his cell phone now, so it ought to look pretty good.
Yeah.
Trout magnets are 1 inch baits. I've got dozens of your
Okay.
plastic trout magnets are mealworm imitation.
Oh, okay.
But if you can pour that color for me, it
Yeah.
will work.
Yeah. Just hit me up.
But all of that is up under our Lake Houston. Any of you guys that fished that lake, man, I've had so many people hit me up on the cords to this place. Hey, just tell me where it is. It's out in the middle of nowhere. I can't tell you any landmarks that's gonna get you close to it. And I'll tell you this: I know some guys that I have showed this to. They got it on their fish finder, and they still have trouble finding it. They still have trouble finding it. Even as big as it is, if you don't approach it right, you won't see it.
Right. Man, look at them jokers.
Yeah, there's some big old boys there.
Just waiting to get ambushed some bait.
Yep. What is all that down there? It's a it says spooky. It's an old pumping station from the 1940s. It does zoom it in. Yeah, if you zoom in on it, it's gonna look pixelated. Yeah, Murdoch, it's huge. D Sauce, what's going on, my man?
Peace sauce. What's happening?
But I'm gonna tell you, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. No, let me change that. 10 to 12 years ago, this thing you could go there and within a couple hours you could have your limit of crappie. And there was only a few boats that would be out there. and it's so big that you can, if it's 2 or 3 boats there, you can still fish it and not be close to a person. Ooh, y'all got to excuse me. Yes, sand bass. I've ran into big schools of sand bass, but I think most of what we're seeing here is catfish that's on the structure. Slap me say ain't no crappie gonna hang out there. That's right. All right, here we go. Between 1960 and the railroad tracks. It's between 1960 and the dam. Now I even make it better than that. It's between the railroad tracks and the dam. This is this I got word that there is a little bridge between over by the railroads, a submerged bridge that I don't even know about. Uh, but this is on the south end of the lake. It's way down there, and there is another bridge on the south end that I've taken several scans of my side imaging. I'll probably record it my next trip down there with the live scope just so you guys can see the bridge. But I got some really good images of that bridge with my side imaging. Really good images. Look like it's holding some bass too. It could be. Uncle had a rough day on the water, 12-mile-per-hour winds. Hey, tell me about it. Couldn't get on them. What can I do? Stay at them.
Yeah,
Find some protected areas.
yeah.
I did that today, and still didn't work out. Man, some days, man, it just does not come together. I don't accept skunks very well, but I was pretty close to one today myself. Ever notice how you will catch a big flathead around where crappie? Hey, I'm gonna tell you, crappie, those flathead live where the crappie live. That's a major part of their diet
Yep.
is crappie. Yep, but that's a massive piece of structure. I think some of it is concrete, but there's a lot of wood on it too. Murdoch says there's some 50 or 60 pound catfish on that. Looks like. Yep, I'm willing to bet. Wonder if they're just big blues or flatty. I'm thinking mostly blue. I man, it's been several years ago. I recorded two massive blues. One had another blue's head in his mouth,
Yeah.
and I'm willing to bet they both died. I tried to break them up, but every time, I hit them one time, but I wasn't able to break them up. Man, these things were massive. Two of them. One had the other one's head in his mouth,
Hmm.
like he was trying to eat it. But y'all may see a video coming me sniping some big catfish. And I know it'll work. But I will tell you, catfish or the big catfish, they're more spooky than any crappie you'd ever come up against.
Oh yeah.
Those big catfish are very spooky. The live scope and the pressure of the boat. Always hook flatheads, crappie fish. Yep, they hang right there where those crappie hang. Yep, yep. I pulled about 15 pounds from under a dock that I was shooting for crappie a few weeks ago. It was fun. 5 foot dock shoot. Oh yeah, that's a lot of fun. Well, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm about done over here. Steve gonna have to take over. I'm about done, y'all.
Yeah, let's do a couple giveaways.
You want to do some
I want
giveaways?
to do some jig heads today.
Yeah, Mark. They really do.
Yeah, today's jig heads.
Okay. Yeah, D sauce, man. You just got to go to a bank where it's got you got some protection, man. Um, fighting that wind makes it tough. And even more so is if there's boat traffic out there, it uh it makes it even worse. And what's even worse than that is if the wind is swirling, if the wind's changing directions. All right, let me get this giveaway tool started up. Open this back up, and we're gonna share that screen. And anybody that's here that don't know how we do this, first you have to be subscribed. Second, you got to hit the like button. Third, you have to type hashtag Crappie in the comment and post it. And fourth, you got to like and follow Steve's page, Limits Tackle, on Facebook. And then we'll do a give. You say you're gonna do some jig heads?
Yeah, yeah. Packs of jig heads.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'll mix them up.
Yeah, you got plenty over there.
Oh yeah. Man, my buddy gave me a website on to buy items if you're gonna build rods, and now I can't remember the website.
Are you gonna build some rods?
No, I got a rod with some eyes messed up.
Oh, okay.
We'll go
Rod
there and order
repair.
the eyes. Yeah, he's gonna put that, but they're not. They don't have the thread. They're like an epoxy. You know how the
Mm-hmm.
new rods are. How's the Denali's?
Yeah.
How's the eyes held on?
I think thread and epoxy.
Oh, okay, yeah, these are just an epoxy, like,
Yeah.
but they're single that holds it on. I like the
Uh-huh.
double. You know
Oh,
the
okay.
two.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a lot stronger.
Right. Just that the tip gonna have one.
Right,
Well, but
right.
it usually sticks onto the rod.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I seen Ozark came out with the rod called the Machine today,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking at the tip, and it looked kind of weird. I didn't pay too much attention. I'm gonna go back and look at the pictures again, but it looked a
Yeah.
little different.
Yep. Yeah. They had a yeah. It was a tip with like a few little braces off of it.
Did you look at it?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, see, a lot of guys they were using them stainless steel guides, but then the braid they were saying was cutting it after a while.
Really.
Yeah, and then the ceramic inserts, they pop off.
Right.
Yeah, I guess they make a titanium one that's supposed to be but it's like high end stuff,
Yeah.
the St. Croix and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Slab B says Ozark makes a good rod. I have one for 3 years
I had a
and it's
few of
held
them.
up.
The tip was kind of too flex too much for me. Soft tip,
Yeah.
the one I had, but that's prior to Livescope.
Yeah, even with Livescope, man, I like a soft tip, but I want it to load up fast, and that's why I like those Denali's, man. You can work a 30-second without a split shot, and it works. You can really get a jig
Yeah,
some finesse action,
right.
and when you set the hook, that it loads up pretty quick.
I'll be
Ooh, y'all gotta excuse me.
I'll be back in 1 second.
All right. Woo. I'm ready to go fishing again, y'all. So who's been fishing? Somebody in the comment let me know that you've been fishing. Who's been fishing? I know I'm not the only one. I know me and Slap B and Murdoch and Sid not the only ones. JR say he's going in the morning. Super Dave, have you been? Been crappie fishing? But like I was saying a while ago, that postpone has really got these fish, especially in my area. It really got them suspended. I mean, not suspended, but scattered. And okay, so they go most every Sunday. Slappy says, "I wish I could tell you that I went today." Kusi say he went this morning, caught 15 gills, but I'm going in the morning again. That's awesome, man. Fishing by the number says he's going Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I try not to go on the weekends now. I try really hard not to go on the weekends. Payne says a little bit of cat fishing with the wife lately. Okay, that's what's up. Miss Bertha says she's going Friday if it's not raining. Yeah, we've been getting a ton of rain here also. Yeah, they were predicting rain today, but it didn't rain. It rained yesterday. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, Super Dave. It says it's been a little tough. No big ones, just eaters. Went Saturday. Abe said he went Saturday. Dollar Bill said haven't had time, but about to make time. That's what's up. Them bluegill, yeah, it's that time. It is that time for them. Fisher by the number says I don't have a choice. Got to work during the week. Yep, yep. There's it. I used to be one weekend warrior. D Saw say he couldn't find them today. Wish I could not have to go on weekends. It sucks. Yep. I did it for a lot of years. Just got to go. They don't get there real strong. The party boats and jet boats and wake boats and all that. They don't get there till well, usually don't get there until around 11 or 12. And man, I go out there super early. Right now it's 6:15, 6:30. It's light enough to go fishing, and you get you a good 4 maybe 5 hours in before they even show up, and you're good to go. Yep.
Yeah.
Fishing 14 says catching nice ones in Missouri by stump, 6 to 8 foot. That's what's up. Jeff says our dock is underwater. Yep, that's right. I mean, that water. I was looking at that today, man.
Man.
There are some really nice houses on the edge of that water. To whereas if it came up another foot, there'd be water in those houses.
Oh wow.
It's amazing that they allowed those folks to build those houses right there on that lake. I mean,
Hmm.
their flood insurance has to be crazy.
Hmm.
Black Smoke Matter says, I actually like night. I'm gonna like night fishing here soon too. These
Yeah.
100-degree days start hitting.
Night live scoping.
Yep. There you go, Slab B. Daylight till about 11, and it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Elton says, I've been hitting speckled trout. Okay, the spawn. Okay, yeah, yep. Took a little break on the crappie. That's what's up. All the boat skiers are out. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They make it tough. Think I'm going to start night shift, some less heat and traffic. That's right. All right, guys, let's do this drawing. Let's do this drawing. Who's going to be the lucky person? Here we go. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. KLC.
All right, congrats.
KLC. That's a brand new winner.
Yep, yep.
I
It's
don't
good
think
stuff.
he's ever won before.
Just hit me up either on Facebook or email.
There you go.
I'll mail them out tomorrow.
And I still hadn't tied my hand ties that I did the giveaway on. I might, yeah, I doubt if I get time tomorrow either. It's gonna happen. You just gonna do that one?
2. Yeah, I'll do 2.
Oh, you doing two? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna do a draw again. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. Larry Warren.
Yep.
That's another new winner.
Congrats, Larry. Yeah, just hit me up on Facebook. Yep, there's the link right there.
Yep. Right
or
there.
email. Yep. Yep. Appreciate it, Super Dave. He's on it.
That's right. So KLC and Larry Warren. Warren, I guess I'm saying that. Hearing. Where did I get Warren from? Hearing. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to jack your name up. All right. Buddy, I'm telling you, I need to do a giveaway too, man, but I'm about to fall out. Congrats to the winners.
Yeah.
And if it's good with you, man, unless you want to just hang up, man, I'll fall asleep. You can just
No,
keep
I'm
on
good.
going.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Any questions before we get out of here from anybody that's in the chat? Because I'm gonna tell you, this crappie fishing it's getting ready to test your skills. It's already happening with this postpone. But the summer it will get a little bit easier, but it's still gonna be tough because any of the wind we have to deal with, plus all those wakes. I'm gonna tell you, it makes it a little bit more difficult trying to sneak up on those fish and get a jig in their face.
Yeah.
That's right. Appreciate you. Now, no questions yet.
Yeah.
I think we're all good.
You got a trip tomorrow?
No, I
Oh,
no. But I got a lot of stuff I gotta get done too. I gotta service my truck and yeah, it's that time. Fishing by the number, so he's ready. Got me a new kayak. Uh-oh. What you get?
Oh, cool.
What'd you get? What do you do different for night crappie? Basically the same thing. Yeah, most of the fish that I target at night are open water fish. Um, th- if you ask me, I think they all leave the brush piles. I don't do very well on brush piles at all at night. Oh, you got Old Town, okay. 13.6. Oh, autopilot. Oh,
Hmm.
that's super cool.
Yep.
There are some guys, if on your lake has those underwater lights or even docks that has a light above water. A lot of times they'll track bait, and if the bait is there, you know what's behind them. Nighttime fishing. Yes, sir. Put a floating light out on the water. The bugs go to the light, shad follow, and other fish come to eat the shad. That'll work. Congratulations, fishing by the number, and congrats to the other two winners.
Yep.
But I think we're gonna call it a night because I don't want to sit here and fall asleep on y'all.
Yep.
And like we always say, we'll be back next week. Uh oh. I went back to transducer on the trolling motor shaft with live view on a Tarova.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
What's live view?
Probably live scope.
Oh, is that yeah, it's probably what he's saying. Live scope on the Tarova. Yep.
Okay, it came off a pole or
Yeah. You know that having it on a troll motor, it's work. But once you see the rewards of that work, you'll understand why I know I like it on the troll motor. I've had shafts swimming in circles hitting bottom of the boat. Wow. All right, guys, let's get out of here.
Yep. Take care.
Catch y'all on the next one.
All right.